Hey everyone. Well, we just finished up corn harvest yesterday. I just brought back the combine to the yard this morning. I'm gonna get the corn head unhooked. Did end up breaking a snoot for the first time in forever last night, so that kind of stinks, but I did call our local John Deere dealer. I'm gonna get one tomorrow morning and we'll put a new one on. We had a pretty easy harvest, no major breakdowns. We only had 1 or 2 rain days and we were able to go really cutting the next day. We did have a really early start soybean harvest, and once we got started we did a couple hundred acres, and then after that we ended up waiting like a week or something for the rest of our soybeans to be ready to be harvested. So we did have like a little break there during soybean harvest when we first started back in early September, but other than that, after that week we just kept going and going and kept up with harvest pretty good. Another thing we did end up doing was, when we were waiting for some of those soybeans, and I think we had one of the rain days, we did end up switching to corn. And I don't care to do that if we can help it, but we wanted to keep moving, keep the combine rolling, and we were able to cut some corn, and then we had to switch back to beans. But other than that, you know, we had a flat tire, I think, and then I broke the snoot on the very last day with only about 30 minutes of combining left to do, so that kind of stinks. But yeah, just some minor hiccups and only a couple rain days, but overall it's been a pretty easy harvest. Last year was way harder. There was a lot of rain, a lot of mud, having a really hard time getting into the fields. If you want to check that video out, it should be the 2021 corn harvest. It's not a lot to it. There's only the one video. I think it's like 15 minutes long or something. And you can see how muddy it gets like halfway through that video. This year, with it being such a wet spring, and then once everything was planted kind of in the mud a little bit, then we got a really dry summer. So the yields weren't awesome, so I think that sped up harvest just a little bit. You know, we didn't have great yields, nothing to brag about. So we had less material to haul to the bin site or the grain bins or wherever. We had less material to handle, really. So that sped up harvest a little bit as well, but that's not a good thing. But now for the fun part. I'm gonna drop the corn head off onto the cart. I always put the corn head on the cart when I wash the corn head. We're gonna clean everything. Gotta wash the grain cart, the combine, corn head. I believe the grain head never got washed either, so hopefully we can get back to that and not forget about it. We wash all of our equipment, or try to, especially if it's going to be sitting for the next 10, 11 months. So we're not going to be using the combine until like late next September. So we're going to clean that up really good, clean up the corn head. Even the 8130, that's going to be sitting for the next 4 or 5 months probably. So we're going to wash all that up, then get it parked and put it in storage. So before we even begin to wash the combine, what we like to do on our farm is try to get a big air compressor, or what we have right now is a couple leaf blowers, and we'll open everything up, kind of pull all the shields off. What we like to do is blow all the dust off as much as we can, all the excess dust, leaves, corn kernels that may be sitting on the machine. If you try to just go straight to the power washer as it sits right now, it would take forever. All the dust and everything would just stick to the machine or get wet and not want to wash off, and washing the combine would take twice as long. Pull all the shields off and then set those aside so I can wash those separately. Open all the panels up. We'll blow this off before we even wash it. All these machines that need to be washed, it's pretty time consuming. So I'm going to try to get the corn head for sure. I'm going to get the combine at least blown off. I don't know if I'm even going to try to wash it today. I'll get the grain cart over here. I haven't need to move the grain cart over here yet. Still got the truck set up at the bin, and there's about 400 bushel on the grain cart. So I'll get that over here, dump it on the truck, which is still sitting over the sweep auger, and Then I can take down the auger. The auger can be cleaned up. The 4010 that runs the auger tractor, or runs the auger, that can be washed. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of washing. What's nice about this grain cart is it's got this platform here. They got these braces to support the cart, and then they put a platform here. Probably so people can't fall in here, but I use it to stand in here and power wash. Some of these corners, nooks and crannies, grain likes to get stuck in them. And when grain gets stuck there, they'll sit there, and if it gets wet, it'll get rotten, and it'll be sitting there, and eventually it'll start eating the metal, and then before you know it, you got a hole in your grain cart. We do try to wash the inside of the grain cart after every harvest. I'm sure most of you know that watch the videos, but for those that don't, there's a gate at the bottom below the auger, so all the water's just run down on the ground. It seems a bit excessive, but right now I'm scrub brushing the grain cart. I'm using a hot water pressure washer, and even after I wash the whole thing, seems like there's a film of dirt that doesn't want to come off, so I'm brushing it. I do have a foam cannon to put on the end of the wand, but even then it doesn't seem to work too good. So probably the first time I've ever at least scrub brushed it. I don't know if Dad's ever has, but I doubt it. Okay, so I got this pretty much all clean. The hardest part is probably where the auger is. Looks a lot better since I scrubbed it down. Wash the 8130 next, but before I do that, I'm gonna actually go park the grain cart, unhook it, so that way when I start washing the 8130, I don't get spray and muddy water splashed on the freshly washed grain cart. We do not keep this at the home farm. We keep it at one of our southern farms in a building, and there it can sit for the next 10 to 11 months. Well, I got the 8130 all washed. I had to set the camera down for a little bit to get a recharge on it. The corn head over there, I'm gonna get that washed, and that's also going to one of our southern farms where I can sit in a building. 65 on the header cart, pull the corn head up so I can start washing that. Now when I wash the corn head, I always put it on the header cart. I just find it actually easier than washing once attached to the combine to get to the middle. Before I get started, I'm going to fold all the snoots up, and obviously that one there I don't have to fold up because it's gone. So this is really what kind of takes the longest, is washing all this gunk off in between the gathering chains. I'm gonna have to see if I can get a block of wood or something to prop this one up so I can wash under here. Just gotta put that one snoot on, and then the corn head is ready for storage.